owner-operators want tools, small fleets want tools to be able to do these things. And it's not that they're necessarily trying to save money usually, it's they just want to save time.
That was the voice of Irmo, South Carolina-headquartered Tyler Robertson, head of the Diesel Laptops diagnostic hardware and software provider with an all-makes focus since its early days. In use by untold numbers of owners today, as well as maintenance pros around the nation. I'm Todd Dills, your host as usual for this Overdrive Radio edition for April 13th, 2026, where we'll walk through Robertson's company's history and just what it offers to truckers and shops serving them when it comes to reading fault codes, providing a diagnostic assist, even getting you to potential parts you might need to fix the problem, helping service shops help you, as it were, with timely repairs. Robertson and Diesel Laptops have what might be the smallest fault code scanner in the world, pairing via Bluetooth to a smartphone app that enables users to get diagnostic clues when the dash lights up. That Diesel Laptop's diesel decoder has been around for a couple of years, but recent updates allow for new functionality Robertson details in this episode, including the ability to force regens if needed, likewise to one tap from a fault code all the way to a part number. At the Mid-America Trucking Show, Robertson & Company were lauded as the latest inductees in the Howes Hall of Fame, where the Howes Products Company pays tribute to individuals and organizations truly making a difference in the businesses of its own customers, the wider industries the company serves with diesel additives and other lubricants and products. Keep tuned for Tyler Robertson's story and more about just why the Howes Company chose him for the Hall this year. It all starts, in some ways, and as so many bootstrapped company stories do, with the trunk of a car.
So the old company I used to work for, they're like, that's just some guy slinging stuff on the trunk of his car. I'm like, well, he's not wrong, because that's actually what I did. I used to go to truck stops and sling tools on the back of my trunk of my car, if you know where the customers are.
More about Tyler Robertson and Diesel Laptops, the newest member of Howes Hall of Fame, after the break. Keep tuned.
Out here, every mile matters, so make every mile count. Diesel fuel is the lifeblood of your engine, and the cleaner it is, the better your truck performs. That's why there's Howes Diesel Defender. It removes water, boosts lubricity, and cleans your entire fuel system, helping you burn fuel more efficiently and squeeze every ounce of power from every drop. Used at every fill-up, Defender means more efficiency, better performance, cleaner fuel. If you're counting miles, count on Diesel Defender from Howes.
You can find much more information about all of Howes fuel treatments, including Diesel Defender and its longtime winter anti-gel diesel treat, the company website, spelled Howes, howesproducts.com. Stories about Tyler Robertson and Diesel Laptops often peg Robertson's start of the biz in 2012, but as an official matter, it's a few years later in his own timeline.
So really 2015 is like when I quit my job to do it full time. So we use that as the official date.
That's right, the story is one of a side hustle turned into an absolutely huge business. Here's how the Howes Hall of Fame inductee tells it himself, in brief, after growing up in northern Minnesota around trucks, some time in college, and a move to South Carolina as a young man in the early 2000s, working for a repair facility as an employee. Here's Tyler Robertson picking up at that time in college.
I was going to college for computer engineering and I got kicked out. Apparently, if you don't go to class and you fail, they kick you out, even though the check clears. So I owed my dad a bunch of money, and him and his brothers had just bought a truck dealership. So I was literally blue collar, like helping lay bricks and sweep the floors and run wheelbarrows. So I've been around trucks forever. They had gravel pits, ready mix operations. That's how I grew up. And then it's like, well, we need help on installing the server, installing the computers, and like, I just grew up in a truck dealership for a couple of years, figuring it out. They sold it to somebody else. I made it a year before they fired me, which, by the way, it's a gut punch to getting fired for the first time and having to tell your wife, like, I just lost my job. But that was great because I put my resume on the internet. It got me to South Carolina to work for a much bigger dealership organization, which I love South Carolina. My wife was pregnant with her first child. I had a ton of debt like everybody else. Decided to get out of debt, so I started a side hustle selling diagnostic tools on eBay. And it just grew from there over the next 3 years while I was working for someone else, a truck dealership. One day, the owner's daughter came to me and said, good news, Tyler, we're going to double your raise or double your bonus and give you a 10% raise. I'm like, what's the bad news? She's like, oh, you got to quit your side business. And I'm like, oh, and if I don't? She's like, you're going to have to resign or we'll fire you. So that was the moment I went home and was like, I guess I'm going to try this diesel laptop thing and see where it goes. And well, that's exactly what they said. They go, what you're doing is allowing people to work on their own trucks, which is taking business away from the dealerships. Yeah. And I'm like, maybe you got a bigger problem if the only thing between you and business is like this proprietary information. So, but no, since then we've sold $600 million in product, 200 employees, Inc. 5000, fastest growing, Inc. 500. One of the fastest growing companies in South Carolina. You know, it's gotten big.
By delivering tools to individual diesel-powered equipment owners to readily assist in diagnosis and repair themselves through hardware and software and a library of information. He held in his hand one of the more powerful and relatively inexpensive reasons owner-operators have probably heard about diesel laptops. You heard me mention it at the beginning of the show.
So what this is a tool. It's $350, and obviously it's tiny, right? Yeah. With this tool, you can pair it with any smartphone, iOS or Android. You can read and clear codes. You can one tap from a fault code to exactly how to fix the code, along with the part number and pricing on what you need to buy to fix it, all within less than 60 seconds. If you do the monthly paid, which is like $20 a month, you can also do forced regens, take your truck out of D-rate so you can get it off the side of the road in front of tow bill, change your road speed and your cruise speed inside your engine, and do common maintenance resets. So this is a very handy tool for anyone that's inside, a commercial truck. We've had it for a couple of years, but what's different is we've added the new commands and features. Okay. So now we can say no matter what year, make, model your truck is, now you can get it off the side of the road. You can force a regen. You can do all of those things. And the other piece that got changed with it as well is the ability to one tap from a fault code all the way to the part number with aftermarket alternatives. So that's the time waste, because you look at an OEM dealership, I use one piece of software to diagnose, another for repair information, another to look up parts, another to order it, another to quote it. It's just this disjointed process. We just made the workflow faster.
The tool itself,
diesel decoder. Inside the app, you can upgrade and get those advanced features.
Is among recent history additions to the company's tools for mechanics, truck shops, and truck owners that started with the diesel laptops of its name. But don't misunderstand the name,
yeah,
Robertson.
It's definitely not a diesel-powered laptop. Yeah. So, honestly, we do that for...
The voice there of Howe's President Rob Howes interjected. To much amusement, of course.
But no, honestly, the things I meant... So 10 years ago, when we started, repair shops and fleets would call, be like, do you have a tool that can read and clear codes? Yes. Right. Do you have a tool that can do regens and resets? Yes. Do you have a tool that can change parameters? Yes. So that's the irony, is we were selling those tools for $6,000 to $8,000 10 years ago, and now all the common things are in that. But that's what started, was people wanted one tool to hook up to anything they touch and do all the things a dealer can do, because that's what independent shops do, and most fleets have a mixed fleet. So for them, it was a one-stop solution, and then pairing that up with repair information, parts information. We train diesel techs. We have a call center staff with diesel techs. So we're all about helping diesel techs fix things more efficiently. Independent repair shops, mobile maintenance guys. We work everything from the individual diesel tech buying something. That's actually a big part of it. It's like a one-man mobile operation, all the way up to like the enterprise level where they got hundreds of locations across the country. And it's just been applying the same tools, just different strategies, and giving them different levels of access to keep the pricing in line.
You can find the Diesel Decoder on Amazon via the diesellaptops.com website and elsewhere. Truly extraordinary the growth Robertson's company's seen in the last decade, with that mission to deliver diagnostic and repair tools all across the spectrum of individuals among truck owners and heavy-duty repair specialists. And as with all the exceptional House Hall of Fame members we've highlighted here on Overdrive Radio through the years, I knew there had to be a story to be told around notification of the honor to Robertson. Was he surprised when he got the word? What follows, you'll also hear Rob Howes enter the conversation, speaking to Howes' reasoning around the selection of diesel laptops for the Hall of Fame.
My marketing manager emailed me. He's like, hey, they want to talk to you about this Hall of Fame thing. I'm like, I knew Howes. Like, everyone knows Howes. It's been around for 100 plus years. I'm like, what's this Hall of Fame thing about? And you start looking at it and who's in there and everything. I'm like, yeah, honored they even thought of me or I got included in this. So it went through the process and glad it worked out.
We have a very diverse hall at this point. He's our 13th inductee. And we've touched upon, you've been here for all of them, right? So we've touched upon everything from safety to information, health, lifestyle, and anything in between. So this was a deviation from anything that we've done before. It was really looking at how do we touch on independence and repair, right? Bringing the ability to repair back into the hands of both drivers, fleet owners, and so on and so forth. I think it's really interesting with this tool right here from the owner-operator perspective, because I look at it even like, in light duty and that segment, it's the same basic concept. You get these privatized repair shops, essentially. OEMs, where you don't have that information to figure out what's wrong, to know. Yeah, you're going in and you're kind of like, all right, so I guess we'll see, and then you don't know if what you're being told is the truth or not. This brings the ability to work on your own truck, or even just know what's going on to the facility you're going to head to. Which you said it earlier, right? On the other side of the coin, also if somebody's coming out, to be able to have all right, you're going to need these parts ahead of time. So
yeah,
can you bring them with you?
That's what happens now, right? I break down on the side of the road, my check engine light's on. I don't know even what's wrong or what's needed. But all of a sudden, if you at least have this, you can pull the fault code down, you can see the repair information, you have an idea what it is, even the part numbers and components. And now you can call in and be like, hey, I got this check engine light. Here's the possible part numbers. Can your guy at least show up that has the tools to hook up and diagnose this for me? Yeah. And they're not showing up blind. So it just the more information you have, the better you can manage that whole process. Yeah. World's smallest diagnostic tool, right, in your pocket. And literally it's doing stuff what OEM software can do. It is, amazing time we live in.
So for us, it's just trying to bring, again, as for why we selected them, it's just trying to bring that ability back into the hands of everybody out there.
It's a fragmented, broken industry with a lot of problems. Like, how is this creating products to help people increase uptime and reduce downtime? We're doing the same thing, just from different angles. Yeah. For our repair shops, for our more expensive tools, we've really changed this to a solution. So it used to be like, here's the laptop that does these things. Now we have this whole new master series, and we priced it accordingly for repair shops or individuals. And it's not just a tool. It's getting the unlimited access to repair information on your phone, on the web. It's getting unlimited online training on how to actually fix things properly and how components work. It's access to our training centers to the United States for hands-on courses. Being able to call a diesel technician at any time to figure out, like, hey, help me fix my problem. So it's really coming to customers now being like, look, you're not buying a product, you're buying a solution. It doesn't cost much money down, and you just pay a little bit per week or per month, and we're going to take care of you for the next couple of years. We always tell customers, just because I hand you a tool doesn't mean you're going to be able to fix anything more than yesterday, because you need training, you need repair information, you need someone to call for help. There's a lot of complexity on today's modern electronics on trucks, and you need all those resources. A tool's just not good enough. Training's not just good enough. Repairs is not. You have to have all that together as seamless as possible. Get that vehicle up and going. We call it the Master Series.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So we have the Master Truck, the Master Equipment, and then the Master Truck and Equipment. Truck is truck only. Equipment is all things diesel powered that aren't farm tractors, excavators, bulldozers, ditch witch, like any of that. And then like the one that does both. And again, there's packages for solo if you're just an individual. And then there's pricing if you're a shop.
The diesel laptops business has certainly come a long way since its early days, with Robertson building diagnostic tools in his home shop, sometimes quite literally selling to owner-operators out of the trunk of a car, as noted up top.
A couple of years ago, one of my competitors was like, a work competitor came over, he goes, now that I see this, like, they're completely wrong. Like, what do you mean? He goes, well, the old company I used to work for, they're like, that's just some guy slinging stuff on the trunk of his car. I'm like, well, he's not wrong, because that's actually what I did. I used to go to truck stops and sling tools on the back of my trunk of my car. If you know where the customers are. So yeah, owner-operators want tools, small fleets want tools to be able to do these things. And it's not that they're necessarily trying to save money usually, it's they just want to save time. And with the diesel technician shortage and 2 to 3 week long waits at repair shops, and then unqualified technicians working on them, it's a problem, and people just want access to tools and information. The OEMs have all this information, yet they can't go fault code to part number. Yet we can do it in the aftermarket and repair a vehicle quicker than a lot of OEM dealers can. But I can tell you this, the first time I sold one of these kits that worked on everything to a customer, they returned it to me.
Oh, really?
And they returned it to me because they said it didn't work.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, but I know it works. I went out and I tested it myself. And what I found out really quickly was what I said earlier, just because you hand somebody something doesn't mean they know how to use it and use it properly and solve their problem. And that's when we realized, like, man, we got to do training, we got to do onboarding, we have to, like, walk them through. But yeah, so that was, but I have a lot of customers that still call in, and my salespeople will Slack me and be like, oh, so-and-so called in, he bought from you 8 years ago. People hit me on LinkedIn or on Facebook and just, I remember you from the garage days. So yeah, a lot of good customers from over the years.
Yeah, we're excited about the community that we've built so far with the Hall of Fame. Everybody that we add gives it a little bit more power to build each story up, to build each the community, right? So it's a great networking opportunity, and it's becoming so diverse that we really have a little aspect from every facet of the industry.
Yeah, I met two of them so far. Just amazing people and what they're doing, what they've accomplished, and how much passion they have. Right? Like I think that's the big difference. Is like you see the passion, and they know their why.
Yeah.
And they're heading that direction.
Yeah, we talked about passion earlier, and that's something that we both have in common, and it's something that you see a lot around Matt's too. It's how we get things done, and how we better the industry, and that's what the Hall of Fame is all about, right? Is how do we better the industry and what's going on out there, and what else can
Again, that's the voice of Rob Howes, president of Overdrive Radio sponsor Howes, speaking to the mission behind the Hall of Fame. We featured a lot of the honorees here on the podcast before, and since Howes Products became a sponsor. A truly worthy group of individuals, and no doubt building connections as a result of induction here among themselves, but also, we hope, you. Find a big list of past honorees in the post that houses this podcast for April 13th, 2026 at overdriveonline.com/overdrive-radio. I'll post a link to the Howes Hall of Fame virtual showroom showcasing inductees and where you can nominate a potential future member in the show notes too, wherever you're listening. Overdrive Radio is on Spotify and SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts and YouTube, Overdrive's Facebook page, and any listening platform, really. Leave us a review there if you're enjoying these, and big thanks in advance for it. As always, big thanks for listening. Overdrive Radio is a production of Overdrive, the voice of the American trucker. It's edited and produced by me, Todd Dills, with the acoustic guitar and other support of trucker-songwriter Long Haul Paul Marhofer. The theme is Legend of the Snake Man by Marhofer, featuring the guitar work of Travis, the Snake Man himself, Lamech, Terry Two Socks Richardson on bass, keys by Tishomingo Jim Whitehead, and on drums, Andrew Marshall. The podcast is backed up further by Overdrive's own social media coordinator, Jasmine Campbell, senior editor Matt Cole, executive editor Alex Lockey, and video editors Lawson Russell and Andrew Wendt. We'll see you next time.